of life is 42. And the reason this sounds stupid is because it is stupid. But the reason it's stupid is not because it's a stupid answer, but because it was a stupid question to begin with. Because the meaning of life assumes that the meaning of the question, meaning the meaning of life, is actually the right question to ask. Because in the book called The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, there's this, to make it short, there's this like supercomputer who can figure out anything. And some people, just like some civilization, asks what the meaning of life is. The computer says, come back in 72 million years. Then they come back, and then, or like 72 million years or something. And then they come back, and the computer has calculated through everything. And the answer is 42. And the whole meaning of this story is that, like, you can't be, like, you have to ask the right questions. The meaning of life is, as I said, assumes that the question, what is the meaning of life, is actually the right question to ask. Of course, like, we could say, like, then we have to ask, okay, what do we do then if we can't know what the answer, like, what is the meaning of life? Then we have to understand that, okay, how can we get to the right questions to ask? Well, like Elon Musk talks about this, the way, like, his approach to this is to expand the human species and expand the, like, consciousness of everything, or that sounds weird, but it pretty much, like, make humans multiplanetary species to the point where, we can advance from there and then be able to ask the right questions through AI and stuff like that. And I think that it's pretty, like, what I think is, like, meaning of life is pretty much just experience and improving, or improving consciousness, like upgrading consciousness in a way. And what I define consciousness is just sensing and sensation, like just sensation, just sensing stuff, sensing the world around you. Because I'll ask you a question. Do you, like, if there's a person who's blind, would you call that person conscious? Would you say that that person has consciousness? You would probably say yes. But if I go and remove all of the senses, so, let's say it's like 5 senses. I know it's like realistically like 7 or something, but let's say it's 5, and I remove all of those 5 senses. Would you call that, whatever that is, conscious? Probably not. So I think that, the goal should be to experience as much as possible, not just bad or not just good, but like just experience, and experience good, bad, hard stuff, easy stuff, everything. And I think, you can improve your experience by focusing on stuff. Meditation, focusing on your breath, focusing on different senses, focusing on touch, focusing on smell, just trying to focus on different senses to go more specific into it. It's just like, say you go like a certain path to work or school every single day, and you walk past some trees, right? Or like some nature. Instead of just walking past them because you're used to it, just like your senses, you can stop there and be like, oh, like, actually notice it and actually look at the details. That's what I look at as being, upgrading your senses, or your experience of life and your consciousness is true through actually focusing on your different senses, and not just ignoring the fact that they are there, and ignoring the fact that, they should always be there, and like just assuming that they are a part of life, because yes, they are, but they can also get removed and go away at any point. So yeah, well, this was a little bit of a ramble, but I do think that it's pretty important to, think about these type of things. And I just love the concept from the book, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I've not read it, I've just heard stories about it, and I've heard the concept, and I think it's a pretty interesting concept. So I just wanted to share it. That's it. I'll see you tomorrow.